Yeah, so as far as the Buccaneers, I give them a B minus. Ruben Bain at 15, I thought was actually really good value. I figured he'd be drafted top 10. I think most people did. So I like that a lot. I think Josiah Trotter's really good. I think Ted Hurst is solid. Kind of tentative W though, because there's been some stuff about him. And is he really that good? I don't know. For the rest of the guys, it's just kind of mid. Like it's just kind of like which is why I gave it a B minus. I think there is some star potential among their top three. After that, it's just kind of like, so that's why I give it a B minus. I think it's solid though.
I have this as a B plus because Ruben Bain, raw athlete, just explosive athlete again. But getting Josiah Trotter, who I think is going to live up to his dad's name, because Josiah is a really good, just a smart football player. He's going to be able to be a utilized weapon. He's probably going to be the David replacement for this Tampa Bay linebacking core. For me, I think Ted Hurst, even though he might be the replacement for Godwin, it's like I everything here is like for me has a little bit of good upside for Tampa Bay. I like what they're doing, addressing what they needed out on that fucking horrific defense. Antoine Winfield Jr. and friends. And they started off really good, and I think it's a step in the right direction. Because their offense is loaded and obviously going to go through another year. Hopefully, everybody's not hurt this time around. But I think defensively, they did what they needed to do.
Yep. I mean, you guys took the words out of my mouth. They basically just filled holes they needed and upgraded on positions that they needed to upgrade on. Tennessee. Round 1, receiver Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. Round 1, edge Kendrick Falk out of Auburn. Round 2, linebacker Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas. Round 5, Fernando Carmona out of Arkansas. Round 5, running back Nicholas Singleton out of Penn State. Round 6, D-tackle Jackie Marshall out of Baylor. Round 6, center Pat Coogan out of Indiana. Round 7, tight end Jaron Kanek out of Oklahoma. The fact that Pat Coogan went in the 6th round and the Raiders
I was taken. Yeah, I was going to say. So I gave the Titans an A. I think this is a phenomenal draft. I agree with you. The Raiders should have taken Coogan at some point. But that being said, I think Carnell Tate is phenomenal. He's an OSU guy and a receiver. OSU receivers, everybody knows how good they are. Keldrick Falk, I think it's kind of a tentative W. There have been some people saying that he's going to be but we'll see. I still think it's a good pick, though. I have no problem with it. Anthony Hill, awesome pick. Near the end of the second round, too. Very good value. I'm fine with Fernando Carmona. Just get Cam Ward help and protection. Singleton, I think, is nasty. No problem there. Jackie Marshall's kind of an pick to me. Pat Coogan, huge sleeper, round 6. I think he was the MVP of the Rose Bowl. Like, he was, like, really influential for Indiana. So, shout out to Pat Coogan. I'm surprised the Titans were able to get him as late as they did. And then I'm kind of an A on Jared Kanak. But overall, I mean, this is phenomenal. They picked people in great value positions every single time. I love what they did. I just really think the Titans almost could not have done better, and that's why I have them at an A here.
And I also have him as an A. Carnell Tate, my guy. So I don't need to go into that. Kendrick Falk, I'm wishy on. I know that he's had some criticisms. I'm one of them. I don't know how he'll fit. But I think it's a solid defense. Like he'll be able to find something with him. Anthony Hill Jr. again, another really good linebacker out of Texas. But my big guy coming out of this, and I talked about this with Retro, Nick Singleton. Nick Singleton, I think to me is the steal of the draft because it's not even because of my personal, because I know him. But Nick Singleton, through the years at Penn State, was getting these comparisons to Saquon for right reasons. Because Nick Singleton is just a downhill runner, and he just has great vision. He's an explosive kind of talent out of Penn State. And where Tennessee needs to find a young trio, you got Cam, now you got Singleton and Tate. basically within rookie contracts, and he'll definitely take reps away from Tony Pollard going forward. So you get your offensive trio core, you get a couple offensive linemen, you get to work at where your identity is defensively is Salah. I think it's an absolute win. And like you talked about, Pat Coogan, who can be a really good center for him. This is great stock for the Tennessee Titans. I might be smoking that Tennessee Titans pack once we do the predictions later on.
Yeah, very possible.
Yeah, like you said, them going to the younger core, having 3 young weapons under 25 is just going to be really nice for them to have. As long as they do use Nick Singleton instead of trying to live through Tony Pollard, who is just not it. He hasn't been. He won't be. Tennessee did great here. You can tell they're trying to build some sort of like family there. They're building toward the future, and they're basically just looking to get out of the hole they've dug themselves into. So,
yeah.
Last and certainly least, the Washington Commanders. Round 1, linebacker Sonny Styles, Ohio State. Round 3, receiver Antonio Williams out of Clemson. Round 5, edge Joshua Josephs out of Tennessee. Round 6, running back Katron Allen out of Penn State. Round 6, center Matt Goblin, Michigan State. Round 7, quarterback Athan Kalikomanis out of Rutgers.
Most Greek name I've ever seen in my fucking life. And of course, it's Rutgers.
No, to get into this, before I give my grade, just so people know I'm not biased, PFSN gave Washington an A+ on our draft. For the best value draft classes, which is most value draft capital over expectations, Washington had the best draft capital over expectations in the league. In terms of NGS overall draft score, Washington had the 4th best draft in the league. Matt Goldman was PFF's number 2 overall rated center in the draft, where we took him, I believe, in the 6th round. Best value versus biggest reaches, Washington was 2nd overall. The only Power 4 edge rusher since 2015 with a run defense grade over 87 and a win rate in true pass sets over 1/3. These are those rushers: Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, Max Crosby, and Joshua Josephs, who we picked this year in the 4th round. Washington slammed this out of the park. I have it at an A- just to try to be as unbiased as humanly possible, though some people have it at an A+. Sonny Styles was an amazing pick, no question. Insane athlete. Excited to have him, and a great replacement for Bobby Wagner. I love B-Wags, but he's getting older, and he's not fast enough to cover the pass anymore. Antonio Williams, excellent pick. He'll be a great slot receiver. As I said with Joshua Josephs, this guy is just a freak. His grades match up with literally the best defensive ends in football right now. I love what he brings. Katron Allen out of Penn State, I actually think he is the better of the 2 running backs. He had 1,300 yards last year with Penn State. I think he's a monster. Another awesome pick. Matt Goldman, again, ranked as the 2nd best center in all of college football last year by PFF. This guy is also a monster. Washington literally could not have done any better. As far as Athan is concerned, whatever, I guess. This is kind of the pick I'm not really moved on, to be honest. It's Athan Kalikomanis or whatever. I don't really care. Outside of that, I mean, this is just such a phenomenal draft. This is beautiful. I'm so happy that Adam Peters learned how to draft. Thank you, AP.
Yeah, not trying to be biased, but when it came to Washington, he brought every analytical stat he possibly could for every
A-. I didn't even grade it as one of the highest. I had multiple teams with A+.
Not to be biased, but he put in the most work on his own team, right?
Hey,
listen, I kept the grade fair.
W dick suck. So anyways, on to unbiased opinions between Justin and I.
Well,
I have this as a B+.
So
all right, well, nasty. But I have this as a B+. I do think this is a really good draft. Obviously, Sonny Styles gets the comparisons to Fred Warner for obvious reasons, athletic freak. Antonio Williams, really good slot guy, like Retro is being able to say. Joshua, whatever the fuck his name is, whoever he just sucked off. Good pick. The guy that again, I disagree because again, I'm the Nick Singleton guy. I was talking to Retro with this off screen. Is that why Jeremiah Love and Jaden Price got picked in the 1st round? Is because they were the dynamic running duo and probably the best rushing attack in the NCAA. to me, the second best duo was Allen and Singleton. And they worked beautifully together, where now I think Allen is definitely going to thrive with Retro's guy Bill to give this dynamic and help Jane Daniels have a good rushing attack with those three behind the helm. So I think this is nothing but a plus for Jane Daniels and for the Washington Commanders. I think it's a really, really good draft. It's just, for me, I think the fact that the Chiefs fucking traded up and got Delaney, I think that was more of a need. Like, Sonny Styles isn't a bad pick. Again, like we were talking about with the Malagoa stuff, with the Caleb Downs stuff. It's like, I would have wanted Delaney for you guys, but that's just me.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's fair.
Yeah, long story short, you got a lottery ticket to draft one of the Ohio State defenders that deserved to be in the spot they were. So congratulations. I'm not going to glaze everyone else like you did. Like you said, Joseph's is going to be solid. Sonny's is going to be solid. You're boosting a young core when you have old guys phasing out. So you guys did the right thing in the draft. Congratulations. With that, that wraps up every NFL team. Holy fucking shit.
That was what, 2 hours and like 30 minutes, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, it was a lot, is what it was.
Yeah, John Lynch, also, if you want Adam Peters back, it's too late, buddy. Should have kept him.
All right. Well, since we've hit that point, no games, no nothing. History fact of the day. Yep. Time of recording, April 28th. Retro, you'll like this one for the simple fact that it's an obscure sport that you like to cover sometimes for no fucking reason. 2003, Andre Agassi recaptures the world #1 ranking, becoming the oldest top male in the history of the ATP at 33 years of age and 13 days.
He's nasty. He is. And it's crazy he did that in that era, too, because he still got a lot of
probably the least talked about, underrated tennis player probably of all time. Agassi was a guy that paved the way for a lot of those guys to run, and arguably you could say that Federer and Nadal made their names off of dethroning him. So
yeah, exactly that. Yeah, and that's the thing, is I feel like he just kind of got unlucky that he was in an era with those guys.
Exactly.
And it appears as if we have lost lost Jules to the ether.
I don't know what just happened. I don't even know how to end this shit if we need him. But hey.
Well, listen, we will wait until Jules gets back, I guess, to end. In the meantime, do you have any tall tales for the audience? Yeah. Do you have any tall tales?
Fuck. No, I'm just excited for football to get back on. I really am. I mean, we're at an okay time right now. Like we talked about it yesterday. The NBA playoffs are in full swing. There's a lot of highs and lows going on with certain teams and certain things happening, and a lot of shitty narratives getting painted. So be it. But yeah, no, I'm just, like I said, sports are in a good point right now. NBA playoffs, baseball's in full effect. NHL playoffs are going crazy right now. So yeah, it's just, like I said, it's a good time to be a sports fan.
I agree. I am missing football. Football is always my first and main love, and it always sucks when you don't have it. But the nice thing is that you've got the draft, and then in June, early June, we'll have basically NFL free agency 2.0, because there's a bunch of really good free agents still on the market that teams are waiting until after June 1st so that they can renegotiate contracts, pick them up off release. So I think that's going to be really, really cool too. So yeah, I agree. We're at a really interesting time. We still have not gotten Jules back yet.
I just texted him, did you die?
Oh, there he is. And there is our host right on time to close us out.
I was like, I'm a host, but I'm like, I don't have the power to end the recording.
Yeah, this fucking episode was so goddamn long that my phone overheated, so everything just fucking blew up. So with that, guys, that was We Don't Know Ball. Catch us next week talking about the rest of the NBA playoffs of the first round.
A significantly shorter episode.
On a significantly shorter episode.
I don't know what we're going to do for NFL next week, because it might be predictions now.
A whole lot of nothing for right now.
Yeah, we'll find out.
But we will see you guys next week. Ciao.